Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. What an evening last night. What a morning. It just feels like all the brightness that we needed is happening right now. Maybe not all the brightness, but it's glorious last night. High tide, 6 o'clock. The road was packed out to Connemara. The highest tide of the whole year in Galway is going to happen. I assume it's everywhere. I think the high tide in Galway on Thursday night at 6:40 is the highest tide of the year. I think it's almost 6 meters. So if you've got something to jump off, then is the moment to do it. It was glorious this morning. Full moon last night. Clear skies, beautiful kind of peachy haze. Oh, it was just amazing. So we are going to move. We're going to connect and move and listen and just check out how we are this morning. So come lie on the floor and we shall begin. Come. Landing in, arrive, check in. Nice. Bring your arms wide and out to the side. And then turn your palms face down. And really try and push your thumbs, your thumbs into the floor. And then turn the other way and try and turn so that your baby fingers are back to front and towards the floor. They're never going to get there. Thumbs down, maybe lift your baby fingers off the floor. So what is the biggest circle that you can do with your shoulders? And notice how your spine wants to help you. So make the biggest roll of your hands and what's happening in your spine. So when you turn your palms up towards your ears and back to front, arch your back a little bit more. And when you turn your palms face down, flatten your back. So palms go up, arch, palms go down, flatten. How do you make the movement more complex? Suddenly my hands are wobbling a bit and there's a sense of confusion, which is very cool. Nice. And then rest your arms, rest your body. We're going to do opposites. Turn the left palm down and turn the right palm more up and turn with your head and look at the right palm as it turns up. And then other direction. Turn your left palm up and your right palm down. So turning towards the palm that you can see. Just feel that. And even tuck your chin in more towards the side that you're facing and lengthen. So it's more like in a coordination now. So one side is lengthening and the other side is shortening. How do you do this? So nice. Nice. Come to rest. Bring your arms long beside you. Roll up along your spine. Rising up. Lift your hips high. And then roll all the way down. Land on the floor. And so as you rise, push your elbows into the floor. Elbows are bent. And as you drop, reach your arms overhead and let them rest on the floor overhead. And as you rise, draw your elbows to the floor, push them deeply down. And as you drop, reach your arms overhead. I was doing this last night in class, and I couldn't work out how I was doing it when I was here. And so I did it back to front, and I was like, oh, I've got it all wrong. Anyways, so I'm glad I worked out how to do this again. Arms overhead, your bum is down. Elbows on the floor, hips are up. Just feel that. How does that action move your spine? Arms overhead, hips are down, elbows on the floor, hips are up. Arms overhead, hips are down, elbows to the floor, hips are up. One more time. Arms overhead, hips are down, elbows to the floor, hips are up. Pause with your elbows on the floor, hips are up. Make sure that your neck and shoulders are comfortable. Can you lengthen the front of, just around your pubic bone, the front of your thighs? I'm going to draw my navel a little bit up towards my spine. It gives me a little bit more sense of, oh, I'm lengthening into the psoas as I do that. Nice. Drop your bum down, bring your arms wide. Come into gliders. Draw your left knee up towards the right shoulder. And then draw the right knee up towards the left shoulder. Travel from side to side. Come back to center. Bring your right foot to rest on top of the left knee. Bring your elbows to the floor beside you. And then lift your left foot up off the floor to pull the right knee up towards you, or the right foot up towards you. And then what's the smallest circle that you can make? And what I want you to focus on is the circling of your right hip. So as you circle, feel like you're circling the right hip like it's a torch or something, and it's just circling, and you're just meeting, or maybe you're making a tiny, like size of an orange, a circle on the floor behind the right hip, but tiny. My left hip is not included, my whole pelvis isn't included. Instead, I'm rolling and massaging into the back of the right buttock. And I'm going to make the circle a little bit bigger, but I'm really focusing only on the right buttock. So I've leaned over towards the right a bit to do that. And it feels like I've found how to connect into it. Change direction. How would I really massage into or connect into the feeling of my right hip, right buttock rolling on the floor? Nice. And now try and find the left buttock on the floor. And then circle your left buttock on the floor. Who knew this was so exhausting? Wow. And then circle in the other direction. Oh. Hip circles in figure 4. New move. Wow, so cool. Super. Foot to the floor, other foot to the floor, pause. Feel like the deep adductors and abductors really got engaged there. Something in the sides of my hips got engaged. Deep belly. Nice. Other side. So bring the left foot up to your right knee and then lift the right foot off the floor. And then how would you circle into the back of the left buttock here? It's a small circle. Start with a tiny circle in the beginning. So to make things clear, the smaller you make a movement, the more clarity there is. So is that true? perhaps it is. So make the movement tiny on the back of the left hip. Circling the back of the left hip on the floor, back of the left buttock, and then make the movement slightly bigger. Change direction. Still focusing on the back of the left hip. Nice. Now roll so that the back of the right hip is circling. And then circle in the other direction. Wow, dexterity here is really interesting. So fascinating. Bring both feet to the floor. Have your feet as wide as your mat and then drop both knees down to the right. Bring your arms wide and then turn your left palm face down and your right palm is face up. Turn your head towards the right and really sink into your neck and shoulders and soften. Sink into your belly and soften. And then just walk your left foot a little bit back. Breathe into your belly. Nice. Come back up to center. Palms face the ceiling. Feet are as wide as your mat. Drop your knees down towards the left. Turn your head towards the left. Turn your right palm face down. And then walk your right hand back behind you. Come all the way back up to center. Nice. Roll over and come all the way up into your downward dog. Connecting in. Find length back through your hips, back through your legs. As you push down, as you pull back, really deepen. Slow things down. Come to stillness. What does stillness feel like to you? Nice. Bring both knees to the floor. And from here, bring your right foot straight out to the side. Nice, rising up. And just pause there, having a sense of right leg is long, left leg is down beside you. So then bring your left hand down to the floor. So your left hand is now on the floor. So your right foot, left knee, and left hand are all in straight line from each other. And then reach your right hand long and beside your ear. And then you're going to sweep forward and bring your right hand down to your right foot. And then sweep back, lengthen, and sweep forward. Sweep back. You can, if you want, lift your toes off the floor as you reach into your fingers. And then down, touch your foot to your hand or hand to your foot. Lengthen, and then down. Super. Lengthen, and then down. Cool. Bring your right hand to your right hip and lift your right foot off the floor. And then touch the floor, lift it high. Touch the floor, lift it high. Touch and high. Keeping it high, bring your foot forward. And then bend your knee, bring your foot back. You can keep your legs straight if you want as well. Forward and back. Forward. I'm trying to stay still except for my leg moving. Back. One more time. Forward and back. Bring your leg out, straight out, and just draw a circle with your leg. And then circle in the other direction. Cool. Both knees to the floor. Other side. Stretch your left leg long. Bring your right hand to the floor. And reach your left. Sorry. Your left arm. Sorry. Left arm long and beside your ear. And then sweep your left hand down beside your left foot. Left arm long beside your ear. You can lift your toes off the floor to create a connection. And then touch. Long. Touch. Long. Touch. Nice. Bring your left hand to your left hip and then lift your left foot off the floor and then lift it high, drop it down, high, drop it down, high, drop it down. Nice. Lift your leg high, swing it forward, and bring it back. Forward, and bring it back. Forward, and bring it back. This leg is so much weaker. Wow, that's amazing. Now draw a circle with your leg. And then in the other direction. Super. Bring both knees to the floor. Come rest down into your child's pose, all the way down. Bend your elbows. Support your head in whatever way you want. Bum is moving back towards your heels. Nice. Hands to the floor, cat pose. Arching your back, rounding your back. Arching your back, rounding your back. Arching your back, rounding your back. And then draw a circle with your chest. Now would you really lean into the big movements of your chest. And then circle in the other direction. Nice. Come sit on the floor. Legs are long in front of you. You can have a block if you wish. Sitting underneath your bum. And then reach both arms wide. So the movement we were doing on the floor earlier. So start as if you had the back of your hands resting on the floor. So your palms are forward. And then turn both palms down and then back to front. So your shoulders are rounding forward. Both palms up and then backwards. Down, back to front. And then up and backwards. So we're going to do bowls of water version of this. So imagine you have 2 bowls of water in your hand. And then bring the bowls under your armpits, back to front. And then under your armpit and wide. As wide and back as you can go. Under your armpits and wide. Under your armpits and back. Nice. Under your armpits, wide. I'm starting to move into a forward bend as I go wide and more into a back bend as I go back. Just let your spine really express itself. Wide and back. Nice. Bring your palms forward, straight forward in front of you, hands forward. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Pull your elbows down into swan. And then dive forward towards your feet. Rising up. Swan. Pull your elbows down. Lift your chest. And then forward, diving forward like you're diving into a swimming pool. So continue. Swan. Pull your elbows down. All the way up. Dive forward towards your feet. And again. Swan. And forward. Nice. Last time. Swan. Forward. Nice. Bring yourself into a cross-legged position so that your right foot is forward, sitting up tall. Let's pause for a moment. Nice. Bring both hands forward. Pull your right elbow back. Twist towards the right. So your right hand is behind you. Your left hand is holding on somewhere onto that right leg. And then instead of rounding to get around the corner, lift the chest and widen your chest towards the right. And so instead of trying to deepen the twist more and more, take the last quarter and get taller rather than deeper into your twist. So you're getting taller, you're widening into your rib cage. Length upwards is more important than distance into the twist. Nice. Keep holding onto your right leg with your left hand and see if it's possible for you to bend your elbow on the right and then reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. And maybe lean that right hand over towards the left. See how that is. Breathing into your belly as you reach. And I'm lifting up into that rib cage to fill into my rib cage as I extend into my fingers. Coming back. Pause and center. Change the cross of your legs. So bring your left foot out, right foot in. Both arms forward. Pull the left elbow back. Bring your left fingers to the floor behind you. Twist towards the left. So the last quarter, you could go deeper into your twist, but instead of going deeper into the twist, get really tall and graceful where you are. Lengthen. Nice. Stay where you are, or see what it's like to bend your left elbow and then reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. And then lean that left hand over towards the right. And then I'm going to lift and expand, filling from the inside into that side bend. So the insides of me are supporting the outsides of me. It's like my organs, my diaphragm, my ribs, my lungs are inflating and supporting me as I extend and open through the side of my body. Nice. Come back to center. Come lie on the floor. So rest down. Land in. Knees are bent or legs are straight as you wish. And what tells you you've just been moving? What information in your body is telling you that you moved your shoulders, that you twisted and lengthened your spine? Where do you hear this? How do you hear this in your body? Why do we move? You know, it's to feel more, connect more, hear ourselves more. Nice. So I'll see you all tomorrow, day 19. So there's only 21 days in dynamic balance. So 21 days of dynamic balance. So there's 3 more days left. 19, 20, 21, yeah. So we're here until Saturday. And then there's a break, and then we're heading into focus. And always as I weave the tapestry of these journeys, it's like the next one is beginning within me to project into the 1st of October. And focus, yeah, I can feel the sense of clarity and focus and a deep drawing in, and clarity of boundary and focus, and it just feels really gorgeous. So I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you do something in the sea or something in the sun, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Ciao.